So can you tell me how did you become an MP candidate of PRISM in this upcoming poll?
Basically, I'm a politician. So I have started off my career as a politician. And when the PRISM party decided to contest this upcoming Lok Sabha election, and the core committee has, taken a reference from all the party men, and when they come to me at last of my willingness with regards to this election, I have imagined Mizoram as a self-determining country, a nation. That's why I joined politics. When I spent more than 15 years in the mainland India, I came to know that due to vast cultural and language differences, we need to, uproot the people to tell them what is your rights. And when they approached me, when I was intimated that I have been selected for this upcoming election as a candidate, I think it twice. Is it good for me or is it good for the nation? And I look around, as most of the other parties has already declared their candidates. I tell them, okay, it's good because none of our candidates till to date has ever mentioned about the identity of the Mizo people. That is what this party, PRISM, has been declaring to the public. And some months back, the party has already clarified its stance on the CAB issues, which says that if the central government pushes for the CAB, if the BJP has come to power again in the central, which is most likely with the current trend. And this is the only party which has a clear stand on the CAB. If the CAB, the Citizenship Amendment Bill, is pushed through again, and we have a very clear option, which says that we will opt for a Secession Bill in the Parliament. That means that we have the right, as per the UN Declaration on Rights of the Indigenous People, Article 3 of 2007, if you look at that, it clearly mentions that the indigenous people have the right to determine, the right of the determination. So we are committed to that one. And I think that this party, if pushes through, is the only party in Mizoram which is capable of actually fighting the CAB issues at the center. And I am ready for that one. And I am totally in agreement with the party's principle. Mizoram is a nation, first of all. If they push us through with such a bill, clearly cornering the indigenous people, we have the right to determine our future. If you look back at 100 years back, okay, it's not a long story, just 100 years back, Mizoram was what? There we have Chhan Hills, we have South Lusai Hills and North Lusai Hills district. Before the British came, we were not Indian, we are not Burmese, but we are a dignified indigenous people. But knowing that the British administration has clearly given us the free movement regime, we have a freedom of movement from either of the border. Even after independence, the free movement regime has been continued. But in the last 20 years, that has been reduced to 40 kilometers across the border. And now it has been reduced again to 16 kilometers across the border. And now, when they brought up the issue of the Citizenship Amendment Bill, the problem is they have included the Buddhist people from the Bangladesh, which have no connection with the Mizo population, and excluded the other one, our own brethren living on the other side of the Myanmar, the Chhan Hills population, the Christian community over there. They have included the Christian community of the Bangladesh, but not of the Burmese. So, if they try to divide the unity, we are one nation. We were And we can be again if that is pushed through. That's my aim. And this party, PRISM, is totally in agreement with that one. I'm happy that I'm capable of pushing forward that one.
You will be contesting against the ruling party. They have the candidate Lalvenchhunga'n, and then ZPM Congress have formed an alliance and put up the youth icon TTMR. Do you think it is going to be a challenge to win in this upcoming poll?
Obviously, every election is a challenge. So if you look at that, this 4 months prior, we had the general election in the State Assembly, and if you look at mathematics, okay, we have seen the vote share of each of the parties, and we are the only second party. I would like to correct you on that one. TTMR is an independent candidate, first of all, because both the Congress and the ZPM have denied as their candidate. They said it as an independent candidate. He himself is declaring on his profile and everywhere. So we are the only second option available in registered political parties. So it will be a challenge, of course, but that is what we are meant to do. We are happy. We are on a platform to propagate our ideas. Okay.
Are you confident on winning in the upcoming polls, and what gives you the confidence?
Obviously, because as we have seen earlier in all the elections, our election trend, electoral voter trends, has been changing continuously. If you look at the current scenario, in the last election, the anti-incumbency of the both Congress and the MNF, ZPM come out of that one. And you see, in the center in Aizawl, which has a vote share of more than nearly 20% of the overall votes of Mizoram, has rooted for the ZPM, though they didn't have any base at all. They were unregistered political party. But now, the people have seen us, our determination, our stand on and our principle with regards to the administration we propose and the change we have promised. We are still standing on to that one. The people have realized that we are the only party which is capable of fulfilling their promises. So I'm happy with that one. I'm a candidate of the party with a principle. We haven't changed a bit, and we'll push through again.
What will be your priorities other than the right to secession bill?
My priorities will be, first, that was a secession bill is a secondary priority first of all. The priority number one, actually which comes out of the secession bill, is to unite the Zo community demarcated by international boundaries. We have to be united again. The freedom movement, all these things which come into my mind first of all. That the reason the party has also the secessionist bill. That secession bill is not about disintegrating India. It's about uniting the Indian people. And apart from that one, that is in connection with the CAB, the secession bill. And the second priority is collection of the documents, which we don't have. Mizoram was, put under different administration during the British, the Northern Lusai Hills district, and now, which has been merged into, before independence of the Lusai Hills district, we didn't even have a document in our state library even. Neither which area has been comprising of the erstwhile North Lusai Hills district, nor the South Lusai Hills district. We don't have a boundary till that. So to collect all those important documents, and we need to have a power of an MP, as he has the full access rights over all the archives of the national government agencies, like the National Survey of India and all those. So that is my second priority. And if you would like to, the third one will be, the Mizo has been struggling with respect to the development, and we have been seeing a lot of achievement through personnel by the youth empowerment and all these things, task skill development and all these issues. The problem arises when the central or neither the state government don't interfere in implementing the agencies of the proposal of the central government, like the Startup India and micro and small scale industries, medium industries and all these things that's coming through in contrast with the state government. every individual has to approach individually to the central government. So the problem arises, as an individual, as an entrepreneur, they cannot rise above the petty things. It's the duty of the state government. If the state government fails, it's the duty of the MP to help him out in contacting with, in reference with any related, with respect to the industrial, to make Mizoram an industrial state. We need such an entrepreneur. We need to help them out. Not only here in Mizoram, to the central government, to the central state employees. We need to have all those things.